Hi, my name is Becca Brown. I'm 31 and I'm a personal chef and culinary instructor in Dallas, Texas. The point of view for my show is now and later. It is basically what I do on a day-to-day basis for my clients, where I prepare something now that they eat later. So with most of the recipes, you can eat it now, but I'll make a few modifications so that you can eat it later, or we might repurpose it completely into something else so you don't get sick of all your leftovers. Today I'm making a quinoa dish. My husband, who should be home from work shortly, loves quinoa. The first thing I need to do is get my quinoa ready. So I'm going to head over to the sink. It's just like rice. We're going to use 1 part quinoa to 2 parts liquid. But the first thing I need to do is rinse it. A lot of people don't know this about quinoa. It has a bitter coating on the outside, so we have to rinse that off if we don't want our quinoa to taste bitter. So I'm just going to do some cold water here. So I've got an assortment of mushrooms here. I'm just going to add to the bottom of my pot. And I just want them in a thin layer here in order to maximize browning. If I crowd them too much in the pan, they'll just start sweating and we'll have kind of ugly, wimpy mushrooms. So I want to get them really nice and golden brown by letting them have a little room in there. This is a good way to use up leftover vegetables that you might have at home too. You can throw anything in here. You could put peas, small pieces of broccoli, carrot, you name it. Okay, so I got the mushrooms and asparagus sauteed. Now it's time for the quinoa. So I'm just going to put a little more butter in the bottom here. And I'm using the same pan because there's a lot of flavor left behind from sauteing my vegetables. So I don't want to lose that. Next up is our quinoa. So this has just been draining over there. Gonna add it in. We'll bring it to a boil, reduce it to a simmer, and put the lid on. And then we're gonna wait for the quinoa to absorb the liquid. And then we'll be pretty much ready to eat. Oh, I'm gonna do a little pinch of salt too.
Hey.
Hey, good.
What you got here?
Making some quinoa. So I'm just gonna serve up the portion that we want now, and then the rest we'll save for later. So to dress it up now, we're gonna add our goat cheese and hazelnuts. Sprinkle that right on top. And then you'll do the same when you reheat the rest of this later. Or we can actually repurpose it into little quinoa patties. All you'd have to do is add an egg or 2 in here, form it into patties, pop it in the fridge for a couple of minutes to firm up, and then fry it in a skillet with a little bit of oil in the bottom, and you've got a completely new meal. So we're gonna go enjoy this for dinner. We'll see how it turned out.
Cheers.
So we've got the mushroom and asparagus quinoa with goat cheese and toasted hazelnuts on top.
That's good.
Good enough for next Food Network star.